yoga. So we're going to start by just either being in this position here, so I find that I can do it with my hand, with my pillow on, or you can have your legs crossed, whichever one you feel most comfortable doing. And let me just put some music on. That's it. We've just got a little bit of background music, so we're just going to, while you're just kneeling there, just close your eyes. Just take some nice deep breaths in and out. The focus today is going to be very much around the hip area. Breathing in and out. Just allowing yourself just to calm. Just bring yourself into the right zone to be able to try and stay as relaxed. Remember, there is strength involved in yoga, but also at the same time it's about relaxing your body and getting deeper into your movements, but also relaxing your mind and not working too hard up in the head. When you're ready, I want you just to bring yourself over onto your hands and your knees. What we're going to do is we're going to roll round with our hips, come forwards and then go back, just nice and slowly. So this is why the pillow can be quite useful for kneeling on. So we're just going to roll it round. That's it. Just one way for now. Everything's going to be nice and slow tonight, nothing's rushed. Then we're going to go back the other way. Just try and keep your core slightly engaged, so just pull in your belly button a little bit. Couple more. So now probably need to take your knees back out, come with your hands under your shoulders. We're going to arch our back up and dip down. It's fundamentally always a really good movement to do. That's it, you keep going. I'll put it on mute. I forgot to mute you, didn't I? So quick and busy, that means every time you cough you all come back up on there. Just keep doing that movement there. Right, neutral, that's better. Just means every time you cough something comes up. So now we're going to come into child's pose. As soon as we get into child's pose, we're going to come forwards and just drop our hips down. As soon as we get there, we come back into child's pose, so like a slow movement. Pushing the hips down, lifting the chest up. And every time you do the movement, see if you can get more of a stretch through the abdomen. So we're looking at the hip flexors here. When you're pushing down with your hips, just breathe nice and deeply. back into child's pose, take away the stress on the hands. Turn the palm to face upwards and just go back a little bit further, and you're going to feel it stretch a little bit more through your back. Drop your head down from between your arms. You can feel the shoulder blades having a good stretch as well. And then we're going to come back up. We're going to circle one wrist and then the other. We're going to turn the fingers towards our knees. We're going to rock backwards and forwards a little bit, just to prepare ourselves ready to go into down dog. That's it. Then we're going to turn the hands round. Just take them a little bit further away than your shoulders. Tuck your toes under. We're coming into down dog. First of all, we're going to walk that dog, pushing the heels down, keeping your head in line with your arms, your feet hip width apart and your arms shoulder width apart. Then we're going to shift the weight right back, and then we're going to come to our toes, dropping the knees but not to the floor, and shifting the weight right back. Feel that stretch through the calves. Bring the knees down, then come back up. That's it. A few more. And one more. Hold the position now. Just push down, bring your feet in a bit if you want to. And just hold your down dog. So lift your tailbone up, push your tailbone towards your far wall, pull in through the belly button, bring your chest towards your knees. So you're pushing out through the palms of your hands, your fingers are splayed out nice and wide if you can, to help support you. And then we're going to come down. Now what we're going to do is put the knees together again, and we're going to come down onto our elbows, and we're just going to rock. So I want you to feel it working through the hip here, from side to side. Nice and gently, so the knees are together. Just rock down and back. Do it again. So you can really feel the side of the hip starting to open up a little bit through here. A couple more. Well done. And then we're going to bring our hands again. Just a little bit further away from the shoulders. Tuck your toes under, hip width apart. Come back into down dog, and now we're going to go up into three-legged dog. Once we're in three-legged dog, you're going to bend the knee. You're going to try and get your heel of the top leg right the way over, so you're opening up through your hip flexors. Just hold that. Do some lovely breaths in and out. Doesn't matter where that leg is, as long as you're tilting through and rotating a little bit through the shoulders. We're now going to bring that leg down, and we're going to take a massive step forwards and drop to our knee. We're then going to come up. So again, we're still trying to push the hip flexor. Now if this is uncomfortable, place your hand on your leg like so, yeah? If not, hold it up. Now we've done these a bit last week as well, so inhale, exhale, just come back a little bit. Try not to shift the weight back. What I'm talking about is lift up through the body so you can feel more of that stretch through your hip flexor. Make sure you're not gripping the ground with your toes, but more your foot pad is on the floor. Now what I want you to do is to push away from your heel and try and push your heel as if you're trying to push away, like that sort of feeling, yeah? So push with the heel there, and then that's it. As you push, it's pushing that hip back. Now we're going to straighten the leg, and we're just going to come down. Now you can have the leg slightly bent if you wish, or straight. Just hold it for a little while. That's it, and then we're going to shift forwards, lift up, shift back, and come down. Like a sweeping movement, and then come back. So the breath, we're breathing in, breathing out. It doesn't matter where the flow of the breath comes at this point. It's more about you keep breathing. One more. Well done. Bring the hand, come under, go back into down dog again. So still with the same leg, we're going to bring the same leg forward again. So let's bring the leg forwards, and then we're going to bring the other leg. Now we're going to grab hold of our elbows, and we're just going to rock from side to side. Now if you need to get your feet a bit wider, feel free to do so. Like you're swinging. So it's going to affect your balance. You might feel you need to keep your eyes open for this one. Stop. We're going to straighten the legs, go into tabletop. Stick your tailbone up in the air so you have a nice straight table. And allow the shoulders to go back. Slide them back, and the neck emerge, but your head in line with your spine. Careful you don't shift the weight too much onto your heels, so make sure you shift the weight slightly forwards. There, that's all you need. Then we're going to fold. Allow gravity, or hang on to your ankles. If your knees aren't brilliant, or you feel really tight through the hamstring, have a bend in your legs. Then you're going to walk yourself slowly back into down dog, onto your knees, and then back into child's pose. Turn the palms up again like we did before. Come back and see if you can go a little bit lower. Feel a bit more movement through the shoulders. See if you can drop your head down. Come back up onto your hands and knees, arch your back, stick the tailbone up in the air, and again. One more. Then we're going to tuck our tail toes under, we're going to go back into down dog, and we're going to lift the other leg up into three-legged dog. So you can hold it up there if you want, but if you can, and you can bend the knee and try and bring that heel to the opposite buttock. Doesn't matter if there's a slight rotation. This is not about staying parallel through the arms. I want you to rotate and open up the front of the body through the hip flexor. bring it down, take it forwards into a big step, even if you have to help yourself, and the knee on the floor. Then we're going to come up and we're holding in this position. So when we're here, we lift up, but we try not to go back. We're trying to push that hip forwards. You can hold your arms here, your hands here, or you can come up. That's it. Reaching up to the ceiling, breathing. Try and be a little bit relaxed. Remember to hold the foot with your foot, the floor with your foot pad and your heel, not with your toes. Now shift your weight. Come to here. You can have your leg bent if you wish, or you just hold it here for now. Then we're going to shift the weight. We're going to come forwards, lift up, and see if you can slide your hands forwards off the floor and then lift up. Almost like your fingers are just touching water and letting it ripple as you go back. Again, it doesn't matter if you can't get all the way down. Remember, it's the act of trying to get into the position. You just go where you need to go. You're on your own journeys. We're all different. That's it. Just do one more. Let's go up. You can really feel it pulling. Come on down. Come onto your hands and knees. Back up into down dog. Bring your feet in a bit if you feel your heels are too high up, but make sure you don't come in too tight. Take a large step forwards and then bring the other leg. So you've still got your head down. Bring your feet so they're hip width apart. Bend your knees. Take your hands behind your back. Just hold the position. So you're resting your body on your thighs. Straighten the legs, come into tabletop. So remember those shoulders coming down your back. You should find it a little bit easier now. That's it. Remember the weight, shift the weight slightly forward because we tend to push all our weight onto our heels. So just tuck your chin in. Then we're going to bend our knees. Come up. Pose. So I call this intense pose, it's called lots of different things. Knees are over your toes, nice zigzag, arms up. Again, if you find that really hard, you can hold it here or bring one arm on and then bring the other, swap them over if you need to. Then as we fold, we straighten our legs. Try and bring our body as close to our thighs as we can. Pull the belly button in. And then we walk back into down dog. We just hold, remember lifting the tailbone, pushing towards the far wall. Come up out of your hands as if somebody's lifting you by your waist. Bring your chest towards your knees. And then we come down, and then we go back into child's pose. Turn the palms up again for the last time. See how low you can go. And you really feel that pull. Love this one underneath the shoulder blades. come up, and we're going to bring one. We're going to go to sleeping dragon pose, and this is one we're going to hold now. So I want you to allow the knee to drop out to the side a little bit. Take the back leg back as far as you can. If you can get both elbows on the floor, by all means go down there. If you can't, just stay up high. Wherever you are in this pose, just hold it and then just try and relax into it with your breath. So we have 2 minutes. We're going to inhale, exhale, relax. Inhale, exhale. Just use that breath, focus on breathing in and breathing out. And while you're focusing on that breath, try and feel those muscles slowly releasing and letting go. So wherever you happen to be, I'm a sort of 1.5 elbow type person. Just hold it, just relax. By holding the position, you can sort of really start working on it without hurting yourself. If you become uncomfortable, you can come out. What I tend to do is come up and just bring the leg in a little bit and just release through. So you've got less than a minute now. It's all about the hips, remember. We're trying to open up these hips. In order to do that, we need to work through the hip flexor as well. So slowly come up. We aren't changing the leg, but what we're going to do is just come out a little bit. And as we did before, when we started, I just want you to circle. That's it, and it'll help release it a little bit as well. Circle it round. Then the other way. Remember, we're not rushing today. We're stretching, strengthening, releasing, mobilizing. Well done. So now we're going to do the same leg again. We're going to bring it into swan position. So basically bring that knee to the outside of the wrist of that same leg, same arm. And what we're going to do with this one now is we're going to come down, but we're going to walk away from the knee, and we're going to come down and try and really push through the hip. So again, this is going to be another 2-minute hold. So what I want you to do is to really focus on pushing this hip towards the floor as you're away from that position there. Notice that my foot is not underneath my leg, it's to the side of my leg here. So just hold it now. So you have 2 minutes. You can come as low as you want. Then really focus on your breathing. Breathing in. What you're going to find is you need to look around your body for tension that may not actually be at that area, and just go, oh, why is that tense? Just let go of your feet, your hips. Tension in your shoulders, your face. Less than a minute, just relax. come out of this one. That's it, so that leg. And you're going to bring it forwards. And just shift a little bit forwards and back. Feel like, whoa, yeah. It's a good one, eh? It's a really good one. Loosen it off. Just go back into child's pose again. That's it. And each time you'll be feeling that you can go a little bit lower. Reach with your fingertips. Then come up. Just push your hips down again. Lifting your chest up. Ready to go into dragon pose on the other leg. So let's set ourselves up. Make sure that back knee is pushed back as far as you can. Shift your weight forwards, making sure your knee is over your ankle. If you want to shift, let the leg fall out to the side. If you need to have a pillow to come down into the pose, or you can stay nice and high. So get ready to go. Let's just hold it now for 2 minutes. So I tend to start high and then work my way down. So I've got one thing because my eye's on the stopwatch. Once you're in position, try and let go tension. Try and just relax yourself, but focus on your breathing to keep you busy. Through your mind with your breath. And remember, as you exhale, think about where that breath is going. Where is there tension that needs to be released? Don't worry if you have to fidget a bit, come up and then go back down again. Let me just look at the time. So you've just got a minute to go. Seconds, nearly done. It's definitely my stiff leg, this one. As you release more through the body, you can feel yourself getting more flexible. Well done. Slowly bring that leg back. Bring your knees together. Remember, like we did last time, just shift the weight forwards and backwards. So your arms can be slightly further forwards. Rotate round. So it can make you feel quite, like you're doing quite a bit of a workout when you're doing this, but yeah, at the same time, it's good to do it to get more range of movement through your legs, etc. So now we're going to do is we're going to bring that knee. So your other knee goes to the outside of your wrist. You bring your foot forwards, you straighten your leg, you get yourself down ready to go into swan pose. You move away from that leg, so go at 45 degrees and you set yourself down and hope you're feeling nice and comfortable. And once we're in this position now, we're just in a position to start thinking about releasing. So we're trying to push that butt of the one that's bent, push it away from your body and down towards the floor. So this is all about releasing. Allow your body to become heavy, just breathing in, breathing out. all the time you're thinking of where there's tension. Is there tension in my toes? Am I squeezing my other buttock? Shouldn't I be releasing it? Am I breathing nice and deeply? Is my face relaxed? I'm not frowning, I'm relaxed through my eyes, through my cheeks, through my mouth, my neck, through my chest. Does work. The more you do these type of stretches, the more it improves your flexibility and how deep you can go. 10 years ago I couldn't even get half an elbow down, so as I carried on, I'm not saying it takes you 10 years, it's just that when I started doing yoga 10, 12 years ago, was it 15 years ago? Yeah, 15 years ago, I found it really tight. Oh, the thunder's coming, I hope you're not outside. Right, so come on up. Bring that leg forwards if you can, and just shift the weight backwards and forwards. So as long as the electricity doesn't go out, we will still be able to continue. So now with that in mind, I just want you to turn and come into Hissy Squat. So you're nice and low. And you just come and hold yourself. So your hips should be lovely and open now. Do not worry if you can't get very low. I cannot get very low. I've always struggled with this. Just sit yourselves down. Can you still see me? I'm getting in the dark here. That's it. Just try and relax. If you want to, quite a good way of doing it as well, if you're trying to get lower, is to just use your hands as a support or hold onto a chair or something to make you go a bit lower. Push your knees apart, just try and let that bottom come in. That's it. Well, that will release a little bit, won't it? A bit of rain. Just think about breathing, letting go. That's it. Holding. We're going to bring the hands, we're going to straighten the legs if you can, and just come down, so stretch through the hamstrings. Now all I want you to do is to shift the weight from one leg to the other, so almost like you're sticking your hip out, and you'll feel where you've been stretching through the hip. Inner thigh. Remember, your hip isn't just about the outside of your leg, it's about the inside of your legs as well. And then we're back on our knees. So we're here and we're just going to come down onto the side first of all. So this one with your knees stacked. Ooh, raining a lot. We can grab hold of our ankle. I might put some lights on in a minute and bring your arm up because I'm getting in the dark, aren't I, guys? Let me do this. Normally we have loads of sunshine. Yeah, she can see me now. There you go. I can see you looking as if to say, what's she doing now? There, so the knees are here. So if you can't do it like this, yeah, just put your hand on the floor and lift up. And then try and sag this down a little bit. Let's see if we can hold it. I know some of you have been holding it a while. Then we're going to come down onto our side and we're going to take the knee back for the first of our quad stretches. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . And then we're going to take that leg all the way with the other leg still bent and come into this position. So last week we did it like that, didn't we? We're not going to do it like that today. So we're going to try and push our butt down, and we're going to try and rotate and lifting up. So you should feel like you can get your seat bone down a little bit lower. So with your hand on your knee, what we're going to do is try and rotate towards this leg here, but lift up. So we're going to place one hand behind our back, and we're going to be nice and tall. Try and relax through your legs because you'll feel the hip flexor as well. So we're going to inhale, exhale and rotate from the base of the spine. Inhale, exhale, rotate from the belly button, lifting up, rotating and going up each time. Inhale, exhale, rotate from the ribs. So all the time you can feel you're moving and going up. Inhale, exhale, rotate, chest. And you can help yourself by using a little bit of tension on this. Inhale, exhale, shoulder goes back. So you're tall now, not compressed down, lifted up. Inhale, exhale, and then your neck. Just hold that position now and just try and release. So what I mean by release, you're in your full rotation. Breathe in and out, you'll feel tension through your hip, right in the hip bone, maybe here, maybe under, on the tense fascia lata on the other one. Then we're going to rotate round, face the front, and then we're going to come forward. So we're just going to hold this move here for again, we're just going to do a minute. So you can hold it like this if you feel you need some support, or you just take your fingers out and you just allow your body weight and gravity to bring you forwards. Again, we're going to breathe in and out. Find the areas of tension. Remember, we've done this before. Because that's really funny. It's like getting a ripple of lightning through everybody there. I could see all of you getting it as well. Those giants are rolling those rocks around those hills. What I was always told as a child. Well done. Then we come out and we're going to shake out our legs. Ooh. We're going to do it all again the other side. But you can see as we've built up, hopefully a lot of these movements feel a little bit easier than they have in the past because you're beautifully warmed up. So you can hold, some people can do this movement where they're like this with one hand on the floor and the other one in the air. I can't. I have to hold onto my ankle to lift myself up. But what we're doing is we're stretching here. It's fundamentally a huge part of loosening off through the hips, lower back, you know, when you get a bad back. Just lift it up. And try not to fight it too much. Remember, if you find it hard, just push away from here, yeah, so you can feel it lift up.